thank you. This is a great place. I love the 1819 Center, Innovation Hub. You're doing great work. It's a model. This is where we announced innovation districts in Ohio. Cincinnati was the first one. And we're going to keep the innovation agenda going. That's part of what we're here to talk about today. Chris, thank you for Ohio X. I had a little fun yesterday. Ohio X, I tweeted at Elon Musk, hey, come join our AI forum. You got to like Ohio X, right? It's changing the name of the most well-known social media company in the country or the world. So, I want to thank the Innovate Ohio Board for their support that they have given. And all of you need to know the Ohio channel is broadcasting this live, and we'll have it archived, so we will all be part of this for eternity. And until an AI takes it and alters it. Now, this is the third of three. This is the third of three AI forums that we've hosted. The first one was in Cleveland. It was a great forum at John Carroll, and a lot of the energy in Cleveland was around making Cleveland an AI tech hub for healthcare. And there's a lot of energy there. The one we had in Columbus, a lot of energy around chips and the cloud. If you don't know, we've got some of them here today. Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, and others investing a lot in data centers around central Ohio to make it the AI processing hub for the Midwest. And today, we're going to find out from the collective conversation where we think Cincinnati's region can go. And I hope that you learn a lot. That's the goal. First of all, we're going to learn a lot. Hopefully you're going to meet some people that will be your future collaborators in the ideas that are discussed today. That's what I hope happens from this discussion. So that you know, Innovate Ohio, the other side of this, what Innovate Ohio's mission is, which I lead for the state of Ohio. It's to make Ohio the most innovative entrepreneurial state in the Midwest, and to use technology to improve the way we serve our customers, the people of the state of Ohio. That's what we were focused on. And an example of this, the next time you don't have to go into a BMV, that's Innovate Ohio, right? We made it so you don't have to go there again. You can renew your licenses online, and you can get a lot of stuff done online now. And we recently, working with our friends in the General Assembly, used AI to identify ways that we could eliminate 2.9 million words out of the regulatory code in the state of Ohio, and to take every in-person and paper process and move that to a digital one, saving millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of hours of people's time by doing that. Yeah. Real value. You don't have to go someplace that you can do things more efficiently. And all those things I just talked about in the entire economy, everything from aerospace to logistics to manufacturing, and customer service, and government, and education, AI is part of all of that. It's part of all of that. And to set the stage for this discussion, I just want to remember how fast this has come upon us, because last October, if we were having a discussion about this in AI, you would have probably said Alexa, Siri, some autocorrect on your email. That was AI to most people. And then November 30th comes, ChatGPT hits. In 5 days, there's 1 million subscribers. In 2 months, it's 100 million, and it's all people could talk about, at least probably the people in this room and the circles that you run. All right? It was a race had begun. It was all hands on deck at every tech company in the country, and then you saw Bard, and then you had Claude and Llama and Falcon and all of these other kinds of tools where large language models, generative AI, all of these different tools were starting to develop and be discussed. Now, this has been recently the most broadly debated tech topic on the globe. And a lot of that discussion has been around the dangers of AI, how it should be regulated, limited, how is it threat to society and humanity. That may all be true. It's not what we're here to talk about. All right? That's plenty of people talking about that. This is Ohio focused. This is Cincinnati focused. This is about how we are going to work collaboratively to use it as a force for good in the world. And how we can use it to integrate it into our businesses, into our personal lives, into government, and I think most importantly into education. Because education is the foundation for all that happens in the world. And I know that last December, after ChatGPT came out, there was a lot of talk in education about, well, students will use this for cheating. And you know what? They will. Just like they used Wikipedia, and they use the internet, and they use all, like, it's always been a different version of this throughout life. When you had a new source of information that allowed people to circumvent the old testing models, then that was cheating. And I get that. But it's here. And once students leave school, it's going to be part of their lives for the rest of their lives. And so we need to talk about how in education that we are going to integrate it into our lives. How it can become a 24/7 personal tutor for somebody to help them when they have parents maybe that don't understand Algebra 2 or something like that. You know, like, I can't ask Dad, he doesn't know. I have this personal tutor that I can use to help me. And how we integrate it in our lives, how we help students explore and be curious and get better at all aspects of life. And in government, how we can become more efficient, how we can do better customer service, how can we save time and do things like get better healthcare outcomes, save money in healthcare, help the legal system become a more equal and accessible system because of these tools. All of these kinds of things AI can do for the good. And we have to figure out how we're going to make it work, how we can use it for the good, for productivity, for learning, the quality of life. And I'll conclude with these thoughts before we start the first panel. If you take the history of the world and you study that history, I hope this is a tech crowd, but I bet we have some history buffs too, right? Because understanding history is important. Societies, cultures, nations have become dominant or submissive based on their adoption of technology and innovation. And whether that's with weapons, or steel, or medicine, or machinery, or energy, or ideas, the printing press being the great disseminator of ideas when it was innovated. AI is all of those things. It's going to be integrated into all of these things. That's why it can be so powerful as an agent for good. And that's what our mission is, to make it an agent for good. And that's what we hope our conversation will be about. Because I want Ohio to live up to that goal, to be the tech hub of the Midwest, to be the economic juggernaut of the Midwest, to be the best place to get an education in the Midwest. And how we integrate that into our lives starts with the conversation that we have today with respect to AI and making this happen in Cincinnati and making Cincinnati and Southwest Ohio a leader in this technology. So with that, let's get started with our first panel. Pete, thank you.